Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be reviewing the Packers' last preseason game against the Seattle Seahawks, seeing how the scoring went down, player stats, and who I think really made a very solid case to remain on the roster with their performance in the game. So let's go ahead and get started with the actual game results. The Packers started off scoring first in the first quarter with an Anders Carlson 43-yard field goal for a 3-0 Green Bay lead. Then in the second quarter, Jordan Love threw a 6-yard touchdown pass to Christian Watson, but the point after attempt was blocked. It's not really a miss on Anders' fault, but still counted against him for a 9-0 Green Bay lead. In the second quarter, Jake Bobo had an 18-yard touchdown pass from Drew Lock to get within 2 points for a 9-7 deficit for Seattle. Then 14 seconds left in the half, Anders Carlson hit a massive 57-yard field goal attempt for the 12-7 Green Bay lead at half. There's no scoring in the third quarter, and it only was until the fourth quarter that things got interesting with a Roderick Thompson Jr. 1-yard touchdown run and a pass to the same player for a 2-point conversion for a 15-12 Seattle lead. And then Nate McRae scored the go-ahead touchdown run with a minute 56 left on the game clock, and then Anderson Carlson made the kick for a 19-15 victory. Box score for the Packers, right here. Jordan Love had a pretty solid day, going 9-15 for 63 yards and a touchdown. Sean Clifford went 8 for 12 for 46 yards, and Alex McGough went 4 for 5 for 69 yards. Rushing today, Emmanuel Wilson has 17 carries, getting a lot of snaps for 49 yards. Only a 3-yard average, which is not great, but had a 17-yard long run that he was able to really perform well. Nate McCrary, who we got off the Browns, had 7 attempts for 24 yards and a touchdown. Patrick Taylor, 6 for 24. A.J. Dillon, 5 for 24. Jordan Love, 3 for 21 as well. Receiving, Jadakiss Bonds had a massive game, had 2 receptions for 60 yards along a 52, which is absolutely incredible for him. Most likely he will not make the opening day roster, but he could potentially be on the practice squad. Malik Heath, I think, really solidified himself as a receiver on this roster, having 4 for 35 yards. In this game, led all receivers in receptions and receiving yards preseason, and has been really good as a blocker as well. And as we all know, the Packers love their blocking receivers. So Torrey, 2 for 16, Luke Musgrave, 2 for 15, Emmanuel Wilson, 2 for 9, and a bunch of other players had like 1 reception. Emmanuel Wilson, Cody Crest, Patrick Taylor, Grant DeBose, Jaden Reed, Tucker Kraft, Christian Watson got the 1 touchdown, Austin Allen got a reception as well, and Jordan Love had a reception for -2 yards. Much like another former Packers player. Tackles, Jimmy Phillips Jr. had 7, Isaiah McDuffie 5, Dallin Levitt 4, Carpenter 4, Valentine 3, Wilson 3, Benny Sapp had 2, Brenton Cox Jr. had 2 as well, and a tackle for loss. And a bunch of other guys just had 1. Tackles for loss, Terry Carpenter had 1, Brenton Cox Jr. had 1, and Kenny Clark had 1. Pass deflections, Terry Carpenter, Cameron Valentine both had 1 each, Brenton Cox had 1. Benny Sapp had 2 as well, and Carl Brooks and Corey Ballantyne both had 1 as well. And a quarterback hit we had was Kenny Clark. We did have 1 interception done by the defense today, with Benny Sapp III getting an interception that basically sealed the game. And again, Anders Carlson went 2 for 2 had an average of 100% accuracy, long of 57, and 1 and 2 on extra points, but that's because there was a blocked extra point there. And very interesting is that Daniel Whelan has won the punting job, as you see on my short earlier today. Had 2 punts for 125 yards, average of 62.5, a long of 67, which is insane. And so the veteran Pat O'Donnell is no longer on the team for that. But overall, a pretty solid game for the Packers. Jordan Love and the first team offense was moving kind of well throughout most of the game when he was on there. And I think that this team showed a lot of fight. Was able to win a close defensive game. I think the Packers are going to be surprisingly good. It's going to be surprisingly good for the first few games of the season, especially because we're going against the Bears. So it'll be very interesting to see who, especially this week, on who remains on the team, who gets cut. One guy I think really solidified his position on the team is Malik Heath. He has done everything you wanted out of a receiver. He's caught passes. He blocks well. He's very good after the catch. He's got good chemistry with the quarterbacks. And I think he really made a case for having the Packers have 7 wide receivers. But that is all I got for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more. And I'll be keeping up with some more Packers news the next couple of days as we go through cuts, roster breakdown coming up soon, and a weekend review for the Milwaukee Brewers is coming up as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon.